Hey, everybody. Can everybody see me and hear me okay? I'm trying something different today where I don't know. I'm trying to be in screen, but also show what I'm doing. So if you can let me know, yes and yes. Yay. Okay, good. So you would totally laugh if you could see my setup. So I have no idea where to look because I have this webcam that is just a little off center from the webcam built into my computer. So I feel like I'm looking in a weird direction. And then it is up. I'll post a picture of it later, maybe. It's up on a Huggies diaper wipe box because I needed it higher than my stand that holds my camera. So anyway, more information that you ever needed to know. But today we are going to play with this bundle. This is the Handmade. Well, it's actually not a bundle. Yes, I'm trying to stare at the camera. It feels very weird, Tammy. So happy Wednesday. I'm hoping the lighting's okay. A lot of research on this end for different things. So anyway, we are going to work with this bundle, and I'm going to look down now so I can see what I'm showing you. It's not a bundle. It is separate, but the punch is a carryover from last year's holiday catalog, and it coordinates with this stamp set, which is new in the annual catalog called Handmade Hugs. And it's a really cute, simple set that you can do lots of stuff with. So we are actually going to make cards, some fun size cards today, and a regular size card as well. So we are going to make this little 3x3 mini, and we're going to make a mini slimline, and we are just going to make this card, which is your regular A2. Hey, Jenny, nice to see you. Thanks for popping in. Hi, Tammy. Hi, Patty. So these are fairly simple. I just have to figure out where I put everything because I did a bunch of cleaning before I got on the live, and I've got stuff under stuff. So let's start with our mini card. And I don't know, I think this is as far to the left, at least over here, that I can get myself on the screen. I don't think I can make myself any smaller, so I apologize. If it's distracting, let me know, because like I said, I'm just trying something out. So if it bothers you, let me know. I can just turn it off. Okay, so when you get your kit, when you order with the host code this week, which is at the bottom of the screen, you will get enough to make 2 of each card. So your first kit's going to have this little 3x3, or actually it's 3x6 piece of paper that's scored, and you're going to have a piece of the glorious gingham paper, which I love this paper. It is so cute and so versatile. And then you'll have a piece of basic white cardstock to do your stamping on. And you'll also have a square that is cut from Stylish Shapes. And you'll have a little piece or a little strip of the glorious gingham. And of course, an envelope. So let's go ahead and start stamping. We're going to need the frame stamp, as well as, nope, not that one, the sentiment that says you're the best. And I'm just going to drop everything today. And then we are going to need Pretty Peacock ink and Berry Burst ink. Oh, you like being able to see me, Jenny. Well, thank you. I kind of feel like it's a little more personal, and I like that when I can see my friends when they're crafting. So I just thought I'd try and see how it worked, what people thought. If you don't want to see me, that's fine too. So let's see. So we are going to take our Pretty Peacock, and I am going to grab my piercing mat here. Just one second. Patty, have you, I know you ordered this gray mat that I've been using. Have you used it yet? And what do you think? So Pretty Peacock, and we are going to stamp our frame. And then we are going to stamp the sentiment, "You are the best," or "You're the best." Hey, Robin, nice to see you. Trying something new today. Having myself on the screen as well. So if it's a distraction to you, let me know. I'm just trying to get some feedback. It's on your, Caddy says it's on my table. What makes me a little nuts is you can't just wipe away the scraps. Okay, so yes. And this bothered me initially too. So one of the things that I found useful is a lint roller. It will pick up the stuff off the mat pretty well. Otherwise, what I've been doing, and I know this is a pain because a lot of times we don't want to have to remove the entire thing from our surface, is to just pick it up and shake it off into the trash. But yeah, lint roller is the best thing I found so far, or maybe some like tape. But yeah, that is kind of a pickle. Okay, so we're going to stamp this in Berry Burst. I just keep sticking to my mat there. What is the mat? Jenny, it is, there might be a link in my YouTube description. If not, it's just this gray mat I have on my desktop. And one of the things that I found kind of a pain when doing a video is that white can tend to mess up your lighting. It kind of makes it a little weird. And then when you use grid lines, sometimes that can mess it up even more, because if you are using a telephone, who even says that word anymore? A phone, your mobile phone, or using some sort of camera that does not have the ability to let you lock focus or lock exposure, your camera is going to try to autofocus on those grid lines. And it's also going to adjust the light, because what it's doing is it's trying to determine the white balance from the white that's right here, like your grid sheet. And then every time I would stick my hands in it, it would change the lighting because it's trying to adjust the white balance. So if you use just your phone, I have an iPhone. So if you are using just your phone, like I know Patty uses her phone for Facebook Live. So for example, if I was just using my iPhone to go live on YouTube or Facebook, I could lock my exposure and focus, and that would not be an issue anymore. My focus would stay clear and my exposure would stay clear. But I use a streaming software, and that is something I have to control individually in the cameras I use. I know this is so much more information than anybody wanted, but hey, maybe somebody will find it helpful. So with my streaming software, I can connect cameras. Now, yes, my iPhone has a camera, but it's not a camera that connects to my computer. There's something called camera continuity I haven't figured out yet. I don't want anyone's brain to start smoking. So when I go live on my streaming software, I have to go to the software site or app on my phone. It's not connected to my computer. So it's basically, my phone is, I can see my phone connected, I don't know how to explain this, kind of to my computer, but the phone's not connected directly to it. So I don't have the ability to go into my settings on my phone to lock exposure and focus. Hey, Kathy, nice to see you. So this is just a matte. Gray is a very neutral background. And anyone who has ever done photography with a DSLR camera knows that when you set your exposure, you use something that's like called a white balance tool or a gray card. So the gray kind of helps keep everything neutral. Plus, what's really great about this mat is that it is a little bit spongy. So if I forget to put down my piercing mat, it does tend to help with the clear stamps or the photopolymer stamps, and it also wipes off. So if you get ink on it or glue, like it's kind of the material of our silicone mat, so stuff just wipes right off. So it's fabulous. Anyway, If you're watching the replay of this, feel free to fast forward if you didn't want a lesson in cameras or streaming or anything else technical I was talking about. So we have punched our little thing. And what's kind of neat about this stamp set is that you can also, there's like this little background that you can do. There's different things that you can put around the sentiments. So it's really cute. Now, I have only tested these two with this sentiment so far. And what I tried to do was kind of make it go so that, you know, I had it the way it's showing here on the screen. So it would go to either side. And then I tried to flip it so that it would be up here. It does not fit. I suppose you could try to stretch it, but it doesn't fit all the way around. It fits fine this way. But so there are different ways that you can use the elements in here to make some different borders for your stamps. Okay. So let's go ahead and get our little 3x3 card, and we're going to fold our cardstock. Let me grab my bone folder. I'm just going to burnish this. And I'm going to use liquid glue today. My other liquid glue that was in the fine tip holder clogged. Oh, darn it, Kathy. Well, I'm glad that you were able to find me on Facebook. Jenny, if you're still here, have you been having any problems staying connected on Facebook? And if so, if this is a Facebook issue, if somebody would be kind enough to go to my Facebook page maybe and just let people know that, hey, there's issues, and maybe post a link to this live over here on YouTube. That would be super helpful. I'd appreciate it. Okay, so we've got our little panel here. And then we are going to adhere our pretty peacock square, which is, again, cut from one of the squares in the stylish shapes. And just center it the best that you can. And where did I put my adhesives? Here we go. I'm going to need some dimensionals. And I'm going to need my sequins over here. Today we are going to use the neutrals adhesive back sequins on our cards. And even though I'm going to be repeating myself, the sequins are free with your $50 or more order when you use the host code that you can see at the bottom of the screen. Now, if you are ever confused about where to find the host code and you can't remember, oh, hey, I can go to the video. It is also on my blog, and it's at the very top of every page on a pink banner. And it is also on the page where I go over how the weekly class to go works. And I believe I will have to double check. Hey, Melanie. So nice to see you. Thanks for popping in. Oh, thank you, Tammy. Thank you. That's so kind of you to go ahead and post that. Let me make sure. Me over here going, are all the stickies off? And I believe in my YouTube description, there is also a link that says, I'll double check. I try to put a link that says shop here when the host code is active for this class. And that way, when people click it, it automatically takes them to shop with the host code attached. But I do have it in multiple places. And in order to get this kit for free, these card kits for free this week, you do need to place your order by the 16th of July, which is this coming Sunday. So there's our little baby card. And I have put in a little strip for the inside just because this paper, I just love it. Probably shouldn't be gluing on my piercing mat, but I haven't opened my new one yet. I'm not sure if anybody if everybody here knows the story, or if I even told the story, but I have another Stampin' Pierce mat on standby because when my daughter, oh, great. Thank you, Tammy, for checking that. I can't see my description here. Unmute to let you are muted. I know I'm muted. Thank you, software. And my daughter was crafting in here, and she's not, you know, she doesn't really craft all that much. I mean, it was just kind of like her and her boyfriend came up here and thought, ooh, look at all of mom's neat stuff. Let's play with it. She remembered from years ago the Stampin' Scrub. Oh, sorry, Patty. I thought you said you used it for photo backgrounds. I have used it. I actually used it for taking pictures of some RAK cards and posted those to the group, and it worked really good. Since my lighting is kind of spotty in here, I use a photo box to take most of my photos, and I have backgrounds that fit in there. This obviously would not, my photo box isn't big enough for the gray mat to fit in there, but it worked really good. I even have issues sometimes with my photo box, even when I use exposure lock. Sometimes it does not come out correct. I don't know. I probably agonize over it more than I should, but yes, I have used it and it works very well. So the reason I have a backup Stampin' Pierce mat is because when my daughter and her boyfriend were in here crafting, she recalled from years ago, back in the day before we had a chamois, that we had Stampin' Scrub. So she Googled how, you know, what Stampin' Up product clean the stamps and everything. And it doesn't pull up. The first thing that it pulls up for what she Googled was our Stampin' Pierce mat. So she was like, oh, that's what I clean my stamps on. So she was wiping her stamps on my Stampin' Pierce mat, which I thought was hilarious. So here's our first card, our little mini card, which I thought was super cute. And we do have 3x3 envelopes. However, it is my understanding, now correct me if I'm probably going to get this wrong, there is a minimum size requirement to put things through the mail. Is it 4x4? I don't believe you can mail a 3x3 in a 3x3 envelope. So while we do have these envelopes, you can certainly mail this in a regular size envelope, the one that fits our A2 cards. Or these are great for gift giving. Correct. Patty says correct. Cannot mail 3x3 in the US. Okay, great. So keep that in mind if you decide to mail this. Do not put it in a 3x3 envelope. Use it. You can use it for gifts. They're great. They're just super fun and they're so easy and quick to make. So there's our first card. That's the first card you will get in your kit. Hey, Jason, nice to see you. I don't know. You know, it honestly didn't turn out too bad, but you can kind of see some of the red marks here that she stamped it off on the paper first, which was super smart. Well, hello, Sharon. Nice to see you. Smallest for US mailing is note card size, says Sharon. Sharon, off the top of your head, do you know what the measurements are for a note card size? Is that like 3x5? Just curious. I generally don't mail anything smaller. Yeah, Robin, he's on Facebook. That's why you can't see him. So Jason, Robin says hi. 3.5x5. Thank you, Sharon. Thank you, Patty. Great. Okay, so 3.5x5 is the smallest size. And thank you, Jason. 3.5x5 is the smallest size that you can mail here in the US. So keep that in mind if you're going to make mini cards. I don't remember what I was saying. Anyway, so that's our first card that you will get in the kit. You will be able to make 2 of those. And the next one we're going to make is this little mini slimline. So I cut this down. So technically a slimline is, gosh, what is it, you guys? 6x12? Anyway, this is cut down to fit in one of our envelopes. So it's 5.5 inches long. So this one fits great in an envelope. Easy peasy. Okay, so let's go ahead and make this card. Jason said, I just made a note card size. Okay, so we have our piece of lemon lime twist. Robin says she does 3x6. Yes. So this is kind of close to that. You do 3x6. You know, that's what I was going to do, Robin. And then I thought that's not going to fit in our envelopes. So, and we don't have slimline envelopes anymore. And I suppose you could make your own envelope, but we don't have our envelope punch board anymore. So I just decided to cut it down a little smaller to fit in an envelope. So we have our lemon lime twist. We have a panel for the inside of the card. My sister Tammy would be proud. And a little piece to put at the bottom. We have our piece for stamping, our piece for the outside, and our lemon lime twist square cut from Stylish Shapes. Yes, well, you know, Jenny, we used to have slimline envelopes for the standard slimline card measurement. And then those retired, as did our slimline card dies. So, but what you can do is you Tammy's proud of me. For mailing slimline cards, if you do the standard size, just use the business envelope that you can buy. What are they, number 10 envelopes, I believe? And, you know, you can get like the security ones, but just the ones that, you know, back in the day before we paid our bills online, we would send our statement stub and our check-in. Those fit slimline cards perfectly. Okay, so let's do our stamping. So for this one, we are going to have to clean our stamps first. Forgot to do that. And I'll clean this one while I'm at it, even though we won't be using it again. Okay, lots of nice, fun, squeaky sounds. And then we are going to need our Today We Celebrate You. That's going to be in Pretty Peacock. So where's my lemon lime is covered up by dimensionals. Oh, thank you, Robin. I'm glad that you like it. You know, I try to mix up colors. I know traditionally I use a lot of white, but I love color. And so, you know, one of the things that I do that I find super helpful is I use the color coach that we have. That's the free resource that we can print off. I think it's in Print Labs. And I print that off every year. So I have it updated. And I go there for color combos. Because a lot of times I don't think of putting certain colors together. Or I would be scared to put them together, honestly. So that's where I got this from. I just used the little color coach and thought, you know, why not? Or a lot of times too, I use the colors that are listed on the back of the paper. But the Glorious Gingham doesn't, you know, it's not really a color. It's not a DSP with a bunch of patterns that would require, you know, you to put, I need to cut a little bit off the bottom of this. I stamped it a little too high and I can't get the punch to look even. So, but I thought these colors were fun and summery. And I love Pretty Peacock and lemon lime twist together. Sorry, I'm having a hard time holding on to this teeny tiny little sliver of paper over here. Okay, so let's go ahead and get our card burnished here. And we'll go ahead and put the inside piece in first. Robin says, that's a good source. I bought a ring binder with cardstock and color coach panels. Hoping to use it soon. So I understand the binder part. Oh, wait. So are you saying you're going to put little pieces of cardstock into something? Mine are, I'm kind of lame. Oh, they're mounted on cardstock. Okay. Yeah, mine are just, I have them stapled together based on color family right now. It's usually how I do it. I would like to laminate them so they don't get so messed up, but I have not got that far yet. So I just keep them here on my desk. So there's the inside. Cute, cute. And we'll go ahead and put our panel on. Oh, I see. So you take each individual rectangle. For people who might watch this and don't know what we're talking about, this is what I mean by the color coach. So this is a free resource. Yes. Okay, Patty. I knew there was something you could put them in. For those on Facebook, Patty says baseball card sleeves should work faster, cheaper than laminating if you want to keep them on a ring. And that's what I want to do, is keep them on a ring. So I will have to look for baseball card or get some of those. But anyways, this is what I'm talking about, the color coach. And Robin is saying that she is going to mount hers on cardstock, or they are mounted on cardstock, and she's going to put them in a 3-ring binder, or a binder, I'm guessing. Okay, so we have our Glorious Gingham in Pretty Peacock adhered, and we're going to put down our Lemon Lime twist square that is cut from Stylish Shapes. And just center it the best that you can. And then look around for the thing you just stamped. There it is. I'm going to put some dimensionals on here. Now, dimensionals, you don't need them. I did put them as a, recommended item this week. And I do a list of needed items on my blog on the Class to Go page. And I did put these as recommended because I do pop up a lot of elements on these cards. However, you can simply glue them flat or use foam sheets if you have those. I don't know why I got out my Take Your Pick tool only to not use it to take the backing off of these, but hey, okay. So there we have that. And then we'll go ahead and put our sequins on. And there we have card number 2. Easy peasy. Okay. So let me move these aside. I don't know what I did with the first card. That's okay. I have the sample. Oh, there it is. Okay. So now on to card number 3. And this will be our full-size card. So in your kit, you'll get your card base, which is Pretty Peacock. You'll get an embossed panel of Pretty Peacock, and this is embossed with one of the folders from the Basics 3D embossing folders. You'll have your panel for the inside, and you will have a strip that will go across the inside as well, and then you will have a gazillion squares. Jenny says, love these cards. I have the punch, so I may just need to get the stamp set. Always happy to help you need something. I know. I really liked the stamp set that was in the holiday catalog last year that went with this punch. It was very cute. Okay, so let's go ahead and fold our card and get it burnished, and then we will do the inside. And then you could use whatever side of your little gingham strip that you want. I'm just going to use the smaller pattern side. Just put this at the bottom here. Make sure it's straight. And it looks like it's a little bit, I need to snip a little bit off the sides. I don't know why I should have just done, never mind, I'm just talking to myself, saying coulda, woulda, shoulda. Okay, there we go. And then we're going to adhere our embossed panel. It's funny, I was going to put it on, well, I still think I'm going to put it on the debossed side. Okay, and then what I would recommend is getting all of your little squares adhered together. So these, the ones that are cut from the DSP and the white square, they are all cut with a small square from the Stylish Shapes. And then the lemon lime twist squares for the background are just an 1/8 of an inch, no, sorry, a 1/16 of an inch longer. So 3 of the panels I'm going to pop up. You don't have to, you can glue them flat if you don't want to do the pop up. I guess I could have put dimensionals on these before I started, but didn't think that far. You know, on some of the patterns, I really like it, Jenny. I've used it on the, what is it? The exposed brick. Yeah, a lot of them look really cool when they're debossed. You're just going to get those on there as best you can. So there's a little border, doesn't have to be perfect. But it does have to look decent. Patty says, sometimes my eyes play tricks on me and I almost can't see the difference between the two sides. Yes, that happens to me too. And I have to end up, you know, flipping it over back and forth going, okay, I don't know. I mean, some of them, you know, obviously it's easy to tell, like the one that's the dots from the 3D, the basic 3D, you're like, okay, it's obviously which side is the right side. But sometimes, yeah, you're like, what side am I supposed to use? Or for example, on the sweet citrus hybrid, you know, it's kind of easy to tell. Okay, the lemons are debossed, not embossed, but yeah, some of them you're kind of wondering. And then you're like, well, if I can't figure it out, maybe nobody else can either. No one's going to notice. Okay, so we have that. I'm going to go ahead and stamp Sending Hugs and Stuff in Berry Burst ink. And this one, we are going to glue flat. You can pop this one up too if you want. I just kind of, I don't know, was feeling different. Okay, and then we will go ahead and get started. Now, I'm sure there is some mathematical whiz that has a much easier way to do this, but that is one thing I am not. And I know you could easily probably find the center of these cards. I do have a T ruler. I do have a centering ruler, which I don't know how to use. So here's what I do. I just kind of lay them out and eyeball them. And then I just go around and stick them on. And I just try to make sure that, you know, they're straight-ish. All right, so last week, if you were here, you heard me talk about the strawberries and cream Dr. Pepper. Now, if you are a soda aficionado like I am, just kidding. But if you like soda, you will know that there are differences. For example, if you drink Coke, you know that McDonald's Coke is different than any other Coke because their Coke is packaged differently than other restaurants, and it's different than Mexican Coke, and it's different than Coke in a can. So bear with me. So I finally decided to break down and buy a case of strawberries and cream Dr. Pepper because I had said I was just buying the bottles from 7-Eleven. I was buying like 5 at a time. So in the plastic bottles, thinking, oh, but if I only have 5, I won't drink it as much. Yeah, whatever. So I got a case from the store. So it's in cans. Does not taste the same. Not even close. You can't even taste, I don't know, it tastes like it comes out of a can. So anyway, I just want you to know if you want to try it, I recommend the bottle, plastic bottle over the can. You're welcome. Patty says that's what we call eyeballing it, EBing it, eyeballing it. Yep, I'm definitely an eyeballer, for sure, for sure. But see, it comes out, even if you eyeball it. I just try to make sure that I have the same amount of distance on either side. And there you have it. And I do like, I think on my original card, I use Stampin' Seal. And for stuff like this, I really like to use liquid adhesive because I can move it around, but I find that it, I don't know, it just kind of sticks a little better, especially when you're adhering it to an embossed surface. I like to use tear and tape or liquid adhesive. Then we are going to cut an extra long piece of ribbon that we won't need all of, but when you are as excellent at tying bows as I am, you need extra. Because you just never know what your bow is going to look like. And I actually really love this ribbon. This is ribbon from one of our online exclusive releases. And I'm not exactly sure if they call it ribbon. It could be called trim. But we do have some other gold and silver. What is it called? It's not trim. It's not called trim. Is it called cord? Or we used to? And that's, I think we still have it. And that tends to not stay tied. This, on the other hand, is fabulous and stays tied very, very well. So I really like this. So I'm just going to put a little glue dot behind there. You could use liquid glue as well. And we're just going to stick it down, and then we're just going to cut off these extreme lengths of ribbon. So, and you can trim them however you like. I kind of like longer. I feel like the loops are a little too big. I kind of like longer ends on my ribbon, but I think I'm going to cut these down just a tiny bit. Okay, get all this stuff off of here. And then we're going to go in with our sequins again. Oh, Lord have mercy. Oh my gosh. When I was cleaning, can't remember what I was looking for the other day. I was looking for something in the storage room, and I found my crafting apron, and I was so excited. And I can't remember, somebody made them, and it was for a cause. It was to raise money for someone in the crafting community. And you probably can't see it because of but it says share handmade kindness. And I had been missing this. One thing I need to figure out is how to get embossing paste off of it, because I got some on there and didn't catch it. So now it's kind of stuck on there because that's kind of like glue. So anyway, so there is card number 3. And this is also a fun way to use scraps that you have. Just cut them into any basic shape and make a design. So let me grab the other cards. Make sure I get the right ones. Okay. Oh, got a cord stuck in my foot. Try to scoot some of this off. Thanks, Tammy. So we have our mini slimline and our A2 size card and our little 3x3. So again, when you place an order in my online store using the host code that's at the bottom of the screen there, $35 gets you the card kits for free. $50 gets you the card kits for free, plus embellishments, the neutrals adhesive back sequins that I used today. And then, of course, if you place an order that's 150 and above, please don't use the host code, because that will get you the Stampin' Rewards. Just email me and let me know you'd like the card kit, and I will get it sent out to you. So cutoff is this Sunday, the 16th, before midnight my time. I'm Pacific time. And then I will start sending kits out the 17th. So, oh, you just got the set last week, Patty? Oh, that's great. Jenny says, I really love the colors on all 3 of the cards. Now you inspired me to make more 3x3. Sharon says, so nice. Thank you, everybody. I'm so glad you enjoyed them. And then I will also have a video going up Saturday for Christmas in July. And I am using the new, I wish it was just all the same name. I think it's the One Horse Open Sleigh designer series paper, and the bundle is called Horse and Sleigh. So I'm using the new online exclusive designer series paper and just kind of focusing on that. I did use a couple of the sentiments from the stamp set, but I did most of my focus on the paper. So I will be doing that this Saturday. Okay, Robin, what's your feedback? Did you like when I did the premiere, or would you prefer it recorded? Because the first week I didn't know what I was doing. And I uploaded a video not realizing I had done it as a premiere, which is basically viewers see it as a live, but I'm still there commenting, but I'm not actually doing it live at that time. So Robin liked it. Okay, so I will do another premiere then on Saturday. So that means that you will see it on the YouTube facing screen as a live, and then I'll just be there in the chat talking to whoever's watching. So I'll go ahead and do that. Yes, that's very true. I can be there to answer questions. So I will go ahead and do a premiere this week, and I will get that scheduled, and then you'll be able to see what time, probably around 10-ish, I think is the last time I did it. So anyway, there's that. So I hope to see some of you on Saturday. That would be super fun. And thank you for joining me again this week. And hopefully, oh, thank you. Kathy says she loves my cards today. Thank you. So hopefully I will see you again next week for something fun. Thank you, everybody. And if you liked this new format, let me know. If you don't like it, let me know. It is so hard to offend me. I'm not going to get offended if you say, hey, I really don't like to see your face on camera. So just let me know honestly what you think. And I will see you again next week, and maybe on Saturday. Thank you, everybody. Enjoy the rest of your week.